Jennie Roberts and this is my daughter Scarlett. I've been asked lots of times how to look after your hair in this lockdown situation we're in and how to cut your hair. I don't really advocate home haircuts, but I know lots of you are desperate, so I'm going to show you how I would cut Scarlett's hair. Scarlett's got really thick, wavy hair that's easily manipulated into nice curls, tied up nice and loosely with this lovely scrunchie. Okay, Ellie, here you go, darling. Her hair's layered, but she just wants a little bit shorter. I'm not touching the layers, I'm just going to do a one length trim. So Scarlett's going to go and wash her hair and come back with wet hair, and then I'll talk you through it. Okay, I'm just really wetting her hair down before I shampoo it. Scarlett's hair is almost waterproof, so it really needs a lot of water, a lot of hydration in there. And then I'm going to shampoo it with CurlyEllie shampoo. Distributing it around her head, not just in one place. Just going to have put some conditioner through. Running out. Through the ends first. Concentrate on the ends and the middle ends first. Really soaks in. Now, the hair should be really, really wet when you put the conditioner in, so it can just absorb into it. Hi. As you can see, I've sectioned off the hair just into 2 sections because I will run out of hair. So centre parting, equal on each side, taking off down the first little section. You can see Scarlett's hair is quite curly and quite jumpy, so I'm going to bear that in mind when I'm pulling it down. There are lots of different ways to cut curly hair. You can cut it wet, you can cut it dry. I do all of those, depending on the texture and the density of the hair. Scarlett's hair actually responds better if it's cut technically, which means if it's cut on a nice line rather than it being bitty. But before everyone says, oh, you should cut curly hair dry, if you know what you're doing, you can cut curly hair wet or dry. This is my first section. You can split the section in half if you like. I am pulling it down quite a lot. I'm looking at what I want to cut. I want to cut about 1.5 inches. I know 1.5 inches is going to bring it up to here. So just bear that in mind by doing this little jump test. And then you'll see 1.5 inches is probably going to take it up to here. I'm just going to split the hair into 2 so it's easy to handle. Pulling it down, putting some tension on it, but not a huge amount of tension. You know, I can let it go like that in my fingers and just straight line. Have a look. See how it's jumping? And if that's a good length, continue. Get down. And then what you want to do is check each side is the same length. Yeah, I think that's pretty much the same length. And then continue with small sections, pulling it down until you run out of hair. Okay, so we're fast approaching and running out of hair now as the layers are starting to come into play. So I've cut 1 length trim and I've used my layer underneath as a guideline so you can always see what you're doing underneath. Keep making sure the texture's right and everything looks good, measuring your lengths either side. So now we're going around to the side. Now Scarlett, because her hair is layered, it's not as long at the front as it is at the back. She's got all these nice layers through here, which I'm not touching at all. I'm literally bringing everything to the back and to the back line. And when we run out of hair at the back and at the sides, that's when we stop. I think layering is a little bit more advanced. I wouldn't really recommend that. I think you have to think about how irritated you are with your raggedy split ends, or how irritated you would be with a really bad haircut. So measure the 2 up, weigh them up and see what you think is best. Yeah, if you've got fine hair, just pull that down gently. Don't put it down too much. And try and keep it reasonably close to the person that you're cutting hair. Don't pull it out too much. You can pull out a little bit, you'll get a nice little bit of graduation on there. But be mindful of your positioning, the shape and the tension and the texture that you're dealing with. Right, now I'm going to put some CurlyEllie products on it and we're going to diffuse it. So I put the CurlyEllie leave-in conditioner in Scarlett's hair because this holds her curl when I'm drying it with a diffuser. But what I like to do is, I like to just section it off a little bit, just to really get that conditioner in there. So it gives it a really nice slip. So when I'm drying the hair with a diffuser, it's got a really nice shine to it. And you just rake your hands through each section. And this really helps if you've got really curly or coily hair like mine. You can just grab the curls and pull them down and make sure each one is really nicely coated and really nicely primed and smooth. And you'll get a much nicer finish rather than just doing it through the top. You'll notice the difference, I promise you. I rake Scarlett's hair through with my fingers rather than a comb because I think if you do it with a comb, even a wide tooth comb, it can put too much tension on the hair and actually change the curl pattern before it's even got a chance to dry. So by doing it this way, it just keeps the curl pattern as natural as it is rather than stretching it too much and then it's weighed down too much with products. So I will go and dry it now. I'm going to dry Scarlett's hair on a low heat and a low speed. The low heat so I don't over dry her hair, and the low speed so I don't move the curls around as I'm drying it. See you soon. Okay, so you can see Scarlett's 1-length trim. You can see all the layers here, which I left out. I just did the 1-length trim until the hair ran out. I've not touched the layers at all. You can see the heaviness of her hair, and that's why I wanted to do it technically and not all bitty.